Now here's Joey Hudson on the Mike Gallagher Show. News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Portions of today's Mike Gallagher Show brought to you by Ingles. Low prices, love the savings. As we gather on this first Monday in September, let's take a few minutes and reflect on why we pause as a nation to celebrate Labor Day. It's a holiday we sometimes take for granted. It's a long weekend. We talk about the official end of summer, one more cookout with the family before fall routine set in. But Labor Day is more than a calendar marker, or at least it should be. Labor Day is deeply woven into the American story, a day that reminds us of the dignity of hard work, the contributions of the American worker, and the values that have built this nation. When we think about the strength of America, our economic power, our global leadership, our communities that thrive from coast to coast, none of that exists without the men and women who get up every single morning, punch the clock, and give their best day in and day out. Whether it's the factory worker on the assembly line, the farmer up before dawn in the fields, the teacher in the classroom, the small business owner unlocking the door, or the first responder answering the call to keep our community safe. Labor Day is a time to say, we see you, we appreciate you, and we honor your work. Now, to understand why this holiday exists, let's go back to the history. 1800s, America was booming. The Industrial Revolution was transforming the nation. Railroads stretched across the land, factories roared to life, and cities grew at lightning speed. But along with that progress came grueling hours, unsafe working conditions, and a workforce often taken for granted, taken advantage of, actually. In the middle of that tension, workers began to stand together, demanding recognition and fair treatment. In 1894, following years of strikes and protests, Congress made the first Monday in September a federal holiday, that day that we now recognize as Labor Day. It was a way of saying we honor the men and women whose hands and backs built this country. It's worth noting that America chose September, not May, as some European nations did with May Day. To keep our celebration uniquely American, we decided to do it in the fall. From the very beginning, Labor Day has been about American ingenuity, American grit, and the belief that honest work is honorable work. Nothing wrong with a good day's hard work. As you know, when you think about it, the idea of work being something sacred is deeply rooted in our faith and in our values. From the very beginning of Scripture, we see God himself as a worker, creating, shaping, ordering the world. And he gave Adam the task of tending the garden. Work was never meant to be a curse. It was meant to be to give each individual meaning, purpose, dignity to our lives. Here in America, we've carried that principle forward. We've always believed that work is more than just a paycheck. It's a calling. It's a way to provide for our family, serve our neighbors, and contribute to something bigger than ourselves. That's what Labor Day is really all about. Not just the job that we do, but the value of human effort itself, the value that each of us contribute to whatever organization we work with. Fast forward to today. The American worker is still the backbone of this nation, no doubt about it. From truck drivers who keep our shelves stocked, to nurses who care for us, to entrepreneurs taking risks to create jobs, we owe so much to the people whose everyday efforts rarely make headlines, but whose work keeps this great country of ours moving, keeps us running, keeps us moving forward. And let's be honest here. This isn't always easy. Families are facing high cost of living, wages that don't always stretch as far as they should, and uncertainty about the economy. Yet, despite all of that, American workers keep showing up day after day. They keep adapting. They keep creating. They keep pushing forward. They persevere. That resilience, that drive, that determination, that's what makes America exceptional and always has and always will. That's what makes us stand out among the rest of the world. So yes, today may mean hot dogs on the grill, college football kicking off over the weekend, kids running through the yard, and that's a good thing. That's all great. Americans deserve a day of rest, of recreation, of spending the day with our family. But as we pause, let's not forget why this holiday matters. It's not just about leisure. It's about gratitude. Gratitude for what we've achieved, gratitude for what we've become, gratitude for where we're headed. Gratitude for the men and women who built our roads and bridges. Gratitude for the soldiers, the sailors, the airmen, and Marines whose labor of service keeps us free. Gratitude for the innovators whose ideas become companies that employ millions. Gratitude for every parent who works long hours to give their kids a shot at a better life. When we stop and think about it, we realize Labor Day isn't just about them. It's about us. It's about all of us together forming one great American workforce. Now, let me add this. From a conservative perspective, Labor Day isn't just about honoring workers. It's about defending the principles that allow workers to thrive. The free markets, the limited government, the dignity of the individual, and the belief that you should be able to keep more of what you earn. And that's something that you and I work hard for every single day as well. President Ronald Reagan once said, "The best social program is a job." And he was right. Work lifts people out of poverty. Work gives people independence. Work preserves human dignity. And when government policies get in the way, whether through excessive regulation, crushing taxes, or reckless spending that drives inflation, it hurts workers the most. So on this Labor Day, let's recommit ourselves to policies that unleash the American worker, that reward hard work, and expand opportunity for every citizen willing to put in the effort. Let's encourage everyone, each other, to just take a moment today, maybe before you dig into that barbecue plate, and thank everyone around your area, people that you work with, friends, family, your church friends. Thank them for their work. Thank the police officer patrolling your street. Thank the cashier at the grocery store. Thank the farmer who raised the food that you're going to put on the table today. Maybe even thank yourself for the sacrifices that you've made, the long hours that you put in, and the dedication that you've shown. Labor Day is a celebration of each of you, of each of us, of America. And as long as Americans continue to value hard work, we'll continue to be the greatest nation on earth. So enjoy today. Enjoy it with your family. Enjoy it with your friends. Rest, laugh, eat. Eat lots of stuff. Watch some football. Play golf. Whatever it is you enjoy, do that today. But above all, remember while we pause. Labor Day isn't just about a 3-day weekend. It's about honoring the men and women who built this country, who sustained this country, and who remind us that the American dream is alive and well in the sweat and sacrifice of everyday people. God bless the American worker. God bless you and your family this Labor Day, and may God always bless the United States of America.